SuperDave here with another SuperDave review. This is the SuperDave Special Review. SuperDave here with another exciting review that is a first. That's right, a premium DNA. Now, full disclosure, I ordered this on AliExpress, so I'm not sure 100% that this is the original, but everything points to it being the original based on what I have inspected so far. I don't think it's a knockoff. I don't think it's a KO, but I could be wrong. You could tell me if you know different, but I took a chance because I saw someone with this and I was like, how did they get it? I've been looking for this figure, checking on Premium DNA site, checking on Big Bad Toy Store site, waiting for it to release back when they claimed it was going to be out in February. And then they said second quarter 2024. Now it says third quarter 2024. And I'm like, when is Earthworm Jim going to get here? And that's who we're going to be looking at. Groovy! That's right, Earthworm Jim. And it has a slip cover, and you can see it says Premium DNA right down here on the bottom. But I hope and pray, and I didn't discontinue or cancel my pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store just in case, but everything I can see here in the box looks like the real thing. It does. It looks like the real thing to me. So we're going to see, hopefully, here in just a moment, but just check that out. I have been so excited about this figure. One of the reasons is because I was a big Earthworm Jim player. Back in the 90s, because I had the Sega Genesis. I thought it looked cool. The black. So I went with the Sega Genesis instead of Super Nintendo because of the way it looked. I went to Toys R Us and got it. My dad for my birthday, I believe it was. And then I had it in college and just had a lot of fun playing with it. And this was one of my favorite games that was non-sports related because I loved NHL hockey on the Sega Genesis 2. Was awesome. 96, I think it was. It was epic. But anyway, I digress. Earthworm Jim is here. And not only is Earthworm Jim here, but I also went ahead and ordered the heads pack. That's right. And he comes with 2 heads, I believe, there. No, 3 heads. 3 head sculpts in the Earthworm Jim box. We'll look at that in a minute. But then in this, you have 6 more heads and his body without the super suit. That's right. And man, I was like, I need these expressions. I've got to have those. So I also ordered the heads pack. And it is just so cool. Look at him without the suit. He's like, he's an ornery, rough looking, earthworm. And just, but obviously with teeth and a mouth and bulging eyes. But isn't this adorable? And you could see like a kind of a little bio there, but we'll look at the one on the other box. But you see all the heads he comes with plus the body. This is what I wanted the most. Of course, I love the heads. But here's my thing. Okay, for MOTU fans. I'm a big MOTU fan, big He-Man fan, Skeletor, all that. And all the figures, all the characters. And I thought, I add figures. I have a series on my channel of figures, playsets, and accessories that work well with MOTU, Classics or Masterverse. I'm not a big Origins fan. And I thought, what if, in my Masterverse world, Earthworm Jim was a part of Eternia? That's right. And instead of monkey for a head or face invented the suit, what if Modulok invented the suit? That's right. What if Modulok invented the suit and it fell from the sky and Earthworm Jim crawled into it? And that's kind of the backstory that I'm thinking of going with. But I just think it would be fun. And then he's going to become a good guy eventually. And He-Man is going to make him an ally like he has Red Sonja. and our cases we just reviewed. But anyway, there he is. There he is. There's the side of the box. There's the other figures in this wave. There is the scientist, the mad evil scientist, monkey with a head, or monkey for a head scientist, and Psychro, and Bob the Killer, Goldfish, and number 4. But those are the other characters from the series. I'm not really interested in them, but I had to have Earthworm Jim. Okay, enough talking. We need to look at the box for Earthworm Jim. And you see he comes with his backpack and Snot. And Snot was his sidekick. We'll look at that in a minute. But there he is. Just take a look at that. Looking awesome. Look at him. And there's the bio. If you'd like to pause and read that, you certainly can. And there's the back of the box. You can take a look at Snot. We're going to look at all of his accessories here in just a moment. But he is looking awesome. And there it is again on the side. It says Earthworm Jim on the top. There is the barcode. I'm not sure if that would help anybody. But let's go bust him out of this plastic prison and see what kind of quality. So the first premium DNA figure I've ever done. So let's go check him out right now over in Eternia. That's right. Deep inside of the planet Eternia, where other Eternian allies are lined up to meet a new phenomenon, a new friend, a new ally who not very long ago was squirming through the woods just trying to escape the latest bird. It is none other than Earthworm Jim in his super suit. And first, let's take a look at his accessories. And first, our Earthworm Jim comes with 3 handsets. A pair of open palm hands with just 3 fingers and a thumb, 4 total. And then he comes with 2 sets of trigger finger hands. And then he comes equipped with 2 balled up fisted hands. He also comes with 3 head sculpts out of the original pack. This serious, I mean business head sculpt with one eye blaring and the other eye kind of squinched. And then he comes with a happy Earthworm Jim head. And he is looking fun with his teeth grinning there. And then an angry Earthworm Jim looking off to the left, stage right. And he is looking menacing there like he's ready to blast somebody into the next kingdom. He also comes with another figure at his sidekick, Snot. And this is just regular Snot. And then he also comes with what they call Lazy Snot. And he will fit in the backpack, which we will look at when we take a closer look. And then he comes also with Action Snot, where he's coming out of the backpack to perform some kind of action to help Earthworm Jim. So there's 3 incarnations or posable ways to display Snot or to use Snot. And then he comes with his trusty laser blaster, his blaster weapon, which is cool looking as well. And that rounds out the accessories that come in the pack with our Earthworm Jim. But that is not all. We're gonna shift these back just a little bit and look at the ones that came in the head pack. We have Earthworm Jim with his regular earthworm body. Just a humble, vulnerable, scared, could be eaten any moment by a crow or some type of Eternian worm-eating beast. We have this cool body, and it's not posable in any way except for the head a little bit. We'll show you that in a few moments. And then poor old Earthworm Jim. And this is meant for his super suit, that when he's fighting, he can get blasted. And that is his I just got blasted by a blaster and fried Earthworm Jim head. And then we have an action head, and he means business, and he's screaming out, "I've got you now, Psychro." And then we have one that looks very much like the one that came in the package, except that one he's looking off to the side, as you see there. And in this one, he's looking more straight ahead with the same expression. And then this one is very much similar to the one he comes with. Only difference is his worm head part is whooping over to the right. And so then we have another serious face, very similar to this one over here, except he's also looking more to the front again with a different facial or mouth expression. So they're not, a whole lot different except for this one right here and then the position of the eyes. But really cool that we get all of these expressions. Now, again, I can't tell 100% if this Earthworm Jim is the true thing. There was some QC little issues, some paint app issues that I've seen that I've already touched up. Like there was some black smear on his right eye, the one with the black pupil here, and I painted over that so that just with some white paint. But and then his holster fell off as well, and I glued that back on with some super glue, and it's holding fine. So just some little QC issue things, but we'll see how he poses right now as we look at Earthworm Jim and all of his heads and everything equipped, taking a closer look as well at our Earthworm Jim. All right, taking a closer look at our Earthworm Jim, bringing him on in here. He is just looking really, really neat. This white suit, you can see this backpack that he has on. I'm not sure if this is removable. I'm almost scared to try to take it off, but I will show you that you can remove this part right here, this piece right here, because when Snot is feeling lazy and he just wants to pop out of the backpack to see what's going on, you can just pop him in there and he can take a peep. He can even be on the lookout and literally have Earthworm Jim's back and kind of just see what's going on back there. Or you can pop that out and see it makes it look like the lid's popped up. Or you can use Action Snot and just pop that into his backpack so that Snot can reach up and grab a branch and help him swing across and do all kinds of fun stuff like that. So Snot can help him by coming out of the backpack, and that's what he looks like from behind. You can see he can still see back there, so that's cool. And so we have both of those features. And when you don't want Snot to be seen, or you want Snot to stay in the backpack, I guess, then you just put the lid back on there, and there his backpack is complete. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation, and we can see that he can look up a really good amount there. He can look down a good amount. He can, of course, look side to side, and he even gets some pivot. Let's see what's going on here. So when you turn like to the side like that, it kind of makes him look up because of the angle of the neck piece, but that's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and pop this one out and show you how the ball joint is just a hole basically, and you can see kind of like his body is down in there is the way it's supposed to be simulated. And then taking a look at Happy Earthworm Jim, you just pop that in there, and now he's all happy, and he can look up, he can look down, he can have expressions, he can look side to side as well. And this part of the head, it's kind of whooping the part of the worm body that way a little bit, and just looking so cool. And then we can pop in our angry looking head that came with him, just pop that in, and he's looking off to the side like, what's going on over there? I better keep an eye on him. And of course that head will look side to side and down and up and do some head pivoting, so all that's looking cool. He's looking neat. All right, and then we have our Action Earthworm Jim, where he's yelling out orders or he's saying, "I'll get you." His mouth is open, he's ready for action. He'll look up about that much. He'll look down about that much. He'll have some pivoting. He'll look side to side as well. His head body part is whooshed out to the upper right there, or our right, his left. And you can even see his tongue back there. His mouth is all open and he's ready for action. Let's go ahead and look at his gun as well equipped. I want to see that. So you just pop out these hands. They have a little peg. Let's go ahead and get his trigger finger here. You can just pop that in just like so. And one of the things that I'll mention as part of the articulation is that those hands are vertically hinged. So bravo, Premium DNA. You did a good job. And it looks like the hands are shaped so that slides right in, and look, it perfectly works so that you have the trigger finger going right over the trigger, and his hand, this trigger finger hand, is shaped to hold that particular weapon perfectly. Looks great. And he can get it in place here. There we go. He's not really going to be able to do any cross body. I do wish they had done, since he has such a big chest and big shoulders, looks like they could have snuck in maybe a butterfly joint so that he could have maybe got some cross body action to hold it out in front of him like that. But it doesn't look like you're going to be able to do that at all. But he can definitely hold it out to the side and shoot and get some action shots going on here. Like so, looking cool, neat. Groovy! Whoa, Nelly! And that's as close as you're going to get. If you pop on that other open palm hand there, you'll be able to get it looking about that close. So that's not too bad. You can still shoot it straight ahead. That's not too bad. I mean, you had to just bend in those arms and twist the biceps just right to get them in there, and you see there's still a little bit of gap here. I couldn't get it any closer without pulling that hand out of the peg hole, but that's close. That's close, and I put that head on him there so you can get a look at that one as well. He's looking more straight ahead. I've got you now. Got him, Groovy. But yeah, looking cool. So he gets full 360. He's going to be able to get T-posed there, and these joints are nice and tight, so he's going to hold everything. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which only get basically 90 degrees, as you can see there, but still looking good. He's going to be able to crunch forward about that much. He's going to be able to bend back about that much. He's also going to be able to go side to side. You can see he bends side that way. And if you can do that without messing up that, there we go. He'll bend side that way, bend to the side that way, so he can really get those aims up high like that. I'll get you, Psychro. Groovy! Whoa, Nelly! But there he is, and he swivels at the waist. Check that out, looking awesome. Now this is where it's going to be tricky, because it's going to break that. But he can go out that far with that leg, but you're not going to be able to go out with that leg without breaking this holster off. You will be able to kick forward about that much there. He's going to be able to go back, not much, very slight. There is a little bit of a rotation in that thigh, so that's good. It's built up inside the joint. He's going to be able to get double jointed knees, which don't get great range, but probably as much as you're going to need there. Trying to see if I could get more than that. But the calf is hitting, yeah, the calf is hitting the back of the thigh. You can see that there. And then you're going to be able to go full tiptoes with that big foot. You're gonna go up all the way, and you even get nice rockers. No peg hole, but on either side. But that is looking amazing, and for the most part, he has pretty decent articulation. And yes, these legs were that skinny even in the video game, so you know that's definitely true to form. He never worked out legs. He was only an upper body. He only worked out the upper body. But no, seriously, the whole deal with this is that this was a super suit. So it basically fell out of the sky like this. This is how it fell out of the sky. Fell out of the sky, completely empty. A super suit fell on the ground. And then, that's right, Earthworm Jim crawled inside the super suit and became a super earthworm named Earthworm Jim. And so here's his bodies. I just love the fact that we have this. This is when he was just a vulnerable, skinny, regular earthworm. And you can see that he's going to be able to look up. He's going to be able to kind of look down a little bit. He's going to be able to, of course, look side to side, get head pivot before it pops out. Yeah, you get a little bit of head pivot. And that's it. This is really not, this is all stiff rubber. It's not going to bend. The only way I could even get it to stand with the heaviness of the heads is to use a little putty on this base right here. When I used a little bit of putty there on that base, he'll stand up just fine. But that head is kind of top heavy, so I couldn't get him to stand up with that baseline. Even though it's curled here and flat on the bottom, the heads are just too top heavy. It's going to fall over. But if you have something like this, you can put a little putty and just get him to stick a little bit there, and then he's going to stand up just fine. Now, we mentioned getting blasted a few moments ago. Let's go ahead and look at that head. Looked at just about all the heads with the exception of the ones that basically are the same. All right, this is after Earthworm Jim has gotten blasted. And he's like, oh no, what's happened to me? He had to shake that off. Didn't like that at all. That was unpleasant. I'm gonna get back at them. So I think I've shown you all the heads now. This is a different one too. That's the one where he's looking serious but looking straight ahead with his body head part coming off to that side. So there's just little differences for each one, and that is just so cool. He is a lot of fun. Is that not cool or what? All right, let's take a look at Snot over here. Not much to look at. He's just a solid piece of hard plastic. He's got his tongue hanging out here. Would have been neat if it had been mushy or even hollow with like a mushy feel, but it's not. It's just solid plastic, hard piece of plastic. Looks like with a plug on the bottom, which I don't think that is able to open up at all. Let's see. Yeah, the glue's on pretty good. I don't think we can open that up, but everything is looking fine. He's got his yellow eyes. He's got a little bit of a smile. His tongue's hanging out, and there is his buddy Snot. All right, I think I've shown you all of his features. Now let's measure our Earthworm Jim. All right, we've got Earthworm Jim standing up perfectly straight, even with his head looking up just a little bit to make him as tall as we can. And he is exactly 5 7/8. It's exactly 5 7/8 to the tippity top of his head. Now, if he was to stand up his earthy worm body part there, he'd probably go up to about 6 1/2. But I will show you that if we equip, now I went ahead and removed the little peg back here. If we equip Snot, let's go ahead and look at that. to adjust a little bit for the weight and see now how tall he is with Snot. He's gonna go up all the way to about 9 1/4. 9. Yep, 9 1/4. Goes up to 9 1/4 inches when Snot is fully extended out of his backpack there. What do you know about that? Isn't that neat? So that's pretty cool. All right, that is so neat. So now let us do some comparisons. And here is Earthworm Jim next to our Revolution He-Man with a Hordak MX head sculpt, as well as our Masterverse She-Ra with a Hordak MX head sculpt. And Earthworm Jim is looking over at He-Man, looking to his right, saying, "Hey, how you doing? Groovy to meet ya." He-Man's like, "It's good to meet you, Earthworm Jim. I've heard much about you." And there they are, looking good together. They're gonna, I mean, you know, he's shorter, but he's an earthworm. And his torso, you know, is, I would say, measures in close to scale. I mean, this is a 1/12 scale figure. And He-Man should be taller, I think. So, I mean, I think it'll work. I mean, his head is definitely large for the occasion. So, you know, I think it'll work. And here's Earthworm Jim next to a Mythic Legions Atlas, as well as a Combatant Fight for Glory by X's Ray Studios figure. And you can see that even though, again, they are taller than Earthworm Jim, I think if you wanted to make it work, I mean, I know he's a little cartoony looking next to these guys especially, but hey, you know, do what you do with what you want to do with your universe, right? But you see how he looks with these guys. And here's Earthworm Jim next to a Classics body by Super 7. This is in scale with the like MOTU Classics. This is our Super 7 Conan, movie Conan. And movie Conan, aka Arnold, is saying, "Hey little fella, would you like to be my neighbor? I can even help you with some State Farm insurance. Neighbor." And our other more comic book style, or at least one of the comic book style Conans, he's like, "Are you sure this thing is not a snake? I should cut its bloody head off." All right. I don't know what Conan's voice would sound like, but anyway, he's not much taller than this Conan. But anyway, looking good together here. And here's Earthworm Jim next to our What If Gamora. And Earthworm Jim is like, "Hey, Groovy, you're the same color as Snot. Maybe you two of y'all could get together. Whoa, Nelly, you're a little taller than him though." And there is a Marvel Legends Hyperion, which is kind of a big fella for Marvel Legends and men. That's kind of a standard size woman in Marvel Legends, so you can see how they measure up here. If you wanted to go more with using Earthworm Jim in your superhero collection. All right. Thank all of you again for joining us for another SuperDave review and our awesome Earthworm Jim. I hope you will forgive me for making him a part of the MOTU universe, but in my Masterverse, he's gonna be there, and I'm excited about building out a story for him, maybe a little mini story, and may even share that with you before I post this video of the origin of Earthworm Jim. And here are some photos in the photo gallery. Take care and be blessed. Look, he's already found himself a girlfriend. I knew it wouldn't take long. You have to watch those worms. All right. looking good beside that Orco too, you know, to give it that animation, little appeal. And Strobo, classic Strobo over here. You know, the suit fell from outer space. So even though it's a mythos, you know, of a lot of like barbarian looking fellas like He-Man, they had technology too. I mean, just ask Men-at-Arms, right? But anyway, this is cool. All right, take care, be blessed.
Well, Jim, I even wore my shirt for the occasion. Ha!
Done it! Success! Success! I have created the ultimate super suit! Whoever wears this super suit will be indestructible! And I've finally accomplished it! Oh, they'll have great strength just like He-Man! Even be able to survive going into outer space! Oh, whoever wears this super suit will be so strong, it'll be able to help us defeat He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Skeletor will be so happy. Oh, I have finally accomplished it. He will give me a great reward for accomplishing such a feat. Now help me, guards. We've got to unstrap this super suit and try it out. Oh, who's gonna try it out? We try it out. We gotta try it out in outer space somehow or another. That's right. Be careful with it. Don't drop it. Gotta test and see what it'll work in outer space. Open the shaft. Get it ready here. Let's see. Whoever wears it should be able to survive going into the outer space. Wait a minute, you idiots! One of you was supposed to get inside of it first!
Whoops. I knew we forgot something, boss. Sorry about that.
I've got to figure out what that thing is.
Let me go check it out. This is groovy! Wow! I have arms and legs? This is just so cool! Hey, who goes there?
Adam! Don't bother him, he might be a bad guy.
Oh, stop, Cringer. We want to meet him if he may be friendly. Weird looking fella. Don't come any closer! I'm warning you! No need to be hostile. Just wanted to see who you were. Cringer and I were just taking a walk. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not really sure what I am. I mean, I know what I am, but... oh, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, Adam, let's get out of here. He doesn't even know who he is. I think he's lost his mind.
Well, my friend Cringer here doesn't seem to think we can trust you. Well, it's not that I don't know who I am. I just, well, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Well, try us, stranger. Just tell me the truth. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm an ordinary earthworm. And I crawled inside of this suit, and now I have arms and legs and like a real body, kind of like yours. Oh, that's too good. That's too funny. An earthworm that crawled in.
I told you, Adam. He's a weirdo. Please, let's get out of here.
No, Cringer. Maybe we can help this guy out. I mean, after all, he may really need our help. Let's at least just see.
Hey, I've got it. I'll just jump out of this suit and show you that I'm just an ordinary earthworm, okay?
Doops!
Adam, all he did is poot.
That was an accident. Besides, I've never been able to do that before. Well, look, I mean, there's got to be some way I can get out of this suit. I mean, I got in here by myself, and then I became this, I don't know, super worm or something. I mean, there's got to be a way. Maybe there's a secret word I have to say or something. Did y'all hear something? What was that sound? Don't be alarmed, but I think something just popped out of the back of your backpack.
Well, hey there, Earthworm Jim. My name is Snot.
What in the world are you talking about? Where did you come from? And how do you know my name?
I'm a little green fella that's somehow or another connected to that suit. And I know everything about the suit and whoever gets in the suit. And in this case, you crawl in the suit, Jim.
Well, I know I crawled in the suit, but how do I get out of the thing? And how are you connected to it again?
It's kind of hard to explain. A fella named Modulot created us, and, yeah, I'm kind of a blob that knows a lot about the suit.
Well, that's pretty interesting, I have to admit. But how do I get out of it?
The only way you can get out of it is by concentrating really hard.
Concentrating. There! I told you I was just a regular earthworm. My name's Jim. Wow, I've never seen anything like that before. That is just phenomenal. I mean, pretty cool. Isn't it though? I mean, it's groovy. I'm just a regular earthworm, and I can climb inside of my super suit.
There's a lot of amazing powers that the suit has, Jim.
Really?
Yeah! I'll help you discover them. There's an amazing amount of powers, an amazing amount of things you can do inside this suit, and I'll help you learn every one of them.
Groovy! I can't hardly wait. Well, Earthworm Jim, I do have one very important question for you. Sure, go ahead, shoot. There's a lot of evil that goes on in Eternia, and I have a band of allies, well, quite a few actually, that help us defend not only Eternia, but even Castle Grayskull. That's the place behind me over there. And I'm wondering if you're gonna be on the good side, or are you gonna be on the bad side? Well, oh shucks. Of course I'm gonna be on the good side. I mean, as soon as I can figure out how to use these powers, I will be glad to team up with you and this big cat here, and I'll be glad to help you, for sure. Well, that sounds awesome, doesn't it, Cringer?
I guess so. But I'm getting mighty hungry, Adam.
Well, I hope you don't eat worms.
No, but I like fish.
Take it easy, Cringer. We'll go eat soon. Well, it was nice meeting you, Earthworm Jim. And you too, Snot. And we'll be talking with you soon. Catch up with you later, okay? Bye-bye now. It was so nice meeting another ally and friend today, Cringer. Now let's go get us something to eat. Okay, little buddy. You've got to teach me about everything that this suit can do. Deal?
Deal!
Groovy!